Hi everyone, it's Carrie from DoubleClick. I had a couple more questions on the stick pins that I've recently made and how I adhere them to my cards. So since I have all my supplies out because I'm using one on my card, I thought I would do a quick tutorial. The first thing that I have here is this is craft string. It's the friendship bracelet string. It's very easy to work with and it comes in a lot of colors, so I like to use this string. And I've selected pink just because I make a lot of pink and brown cards and I thought I would just grab what I use the most. And the first thing that I do is I make a little bow that I'm going to add, and I leave it attached to the long string. That way I can move the tails any way that I want them and then cut it all apart when I have the size. So that's about the size that I would use on a card. So now that that's made, I just go back and I clip off the little tails. Once those are clipped, I like to use my glossy accents and I glue the knot of the bow so that it doesn't come apart, and then I just set it aside to dry. While that's drying, I grab my craft string and a piece of tape and I tape the end to the back of the cardstock. Just like that. And then I usually go around 2 or 3 times. I like to keep one end kind of tight and then the other side a little bit more open so that it looks different on both sides. Then I tape the other side down and clip off the extra on that. Okay, once that's done, what I do is I just pick out the bead that I want. I've picked out this pink and white one. And I'm going to take some glossy accent and I'm just going to kind of put some of it along the back side of the beads. And it dries clear, so I don't really worry about it getting all over the card. I don't want it all over the card, but since it dries clear, I'm not as worried. Then what I do is I just decide where I want it to be and I slip the pin under the strings and I hold it down just long enough for it to start getting tacky on the paper. And the glossy accent dries pretty quick, so you don't have to wait long. Okay, so now once the pin is in place, what I do is the bow that I made just a few seconds ago is pretty much dry. So I then take more of the glossy accents and I glue the back of the bow and I adhere that to just under usually the last pin, the last bead, so that the bottom of the stick pin is still showing. And that's it. I'll show you a card that's already down so you can see it's not going anywhere. This is a card that I've just made today. I've done the exact same technique. I've wrapped my craft string around the back, added my stick pin, added my bow. It's all dry, so it's not going anywhere. The only thing that I do recommend is that you, once you get your initial craft string down, you should tape this to your card base and then add the pin. It's easier to tape the back without the pin being on it. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to get a hold of me. Thanks.